That's right, Erica. According to this helpful tool, MyCare Insight, the average sticker price for a C-section in Indiana is nearly $20,000. Of course, no one with insurance expects to pay that much. That's exactly what an East Side mom was thinking. That is, until she got her bill. Chloe is still trying to get used to life as a new mom. A month after giving birth at Community Hospital South, Chloe got this bill in the mail for $33,000. JD's face sums up her reaction.
I've never received a bill that large, so it definitely was a sticker shock.
Chloe was confused. She's paid her insurance premiums on time, and her out-of-pocket max is about $6,400.
I was under the assumption that we would just have to pay up to our out-of-pocket max.
It wasn't an easy delivery as Chloe planned. After the umbilical cord wrapped around JD's body, she ended up with a C-section.
You know, I don't mind paying my portion, but I just feel like the amount right now is unreasonable.
Chloe contacted her insurance company, who was able to help her whittle down the bill a little, but with a huge chunk left to pay, Chloe reached out to Call 6 Investigates.
I'm just hoping that the insurance and the hospital can come up with an agreeable amount that isn't so high.
Call 6 Investigates reached out to Chloe's insurance, which is a self-insured employer-sponsored plan. We got a response from ELAP Services, a service provider on Chloe's plan. They initially blamed the bill on significant markups from Community Hospital South and said they were working diligently on Chloe's behalf to ensure a fair and reasonable payment. But Community Hospital tells a much different story. The hospital says insurance plans like Chloe's do not contract with hospitals regarding pricing agreements. Instead, they attempt to negotiate pricing after services have already been provided, oftentimes putting the patient in the middle. Hospitals across Indiana have raised concern that this practice places patients at risk for not being covered for the services provided. The Indiana Hospital Association shares the concern.
This kind of new type of insurance we're seeing more and more in the marketplace is resulting in more and more of these unexpected bills. I can't speak to a particular case, but I think we are seeing more cases where what the individual thinks is insurance is not truly insurance that has a contracted rate with a provider.
A few weeks after Call 6 Investigates started asking questions, Chloe got an update. She now only has to pay $5,600, a far cry from where she started. Consumer law attorney Keith Hagan says you have more power than you think to reduce your hospital bills.
They would rather have money in hand than try and pursue through the courts for money they can never get. So if you can come to a negotiated amount with them, always try and negotiate. The worst they can say is no.
Chloe is now staying at home full-time with her baby.
We're definitely more budgeted now.
She's relieved to not have a giant bill hanging over her head and instead can focus on her family. Now, ELAP Services declined to go into detail about how Chloe's bill was marked up, but they say the hospital provided additional information that allowed them to reach a fair and reasonable outcome. Now, before you have a procedure, the Indiana Hospital Association says you should go to MyCare Insight. You can put in your zip code, the hospital, or even your condition. Get that information and then go back to your insurance company so you can get a handle on how much it's actually going to cost you out of pocket. We're live downtown. I'm Call 6 Investigates, Kara Kenny.
Good to know. Thank you, Kara. The Indiana Department of Insurance offers these tips for avoiding shocking hospital bills. Know your policy. Read it and understand what's covered, what's excluded, as well as who's in network and out of network. File claims as soon as possible. Don't let your bills pile up. And don't rush into a settlement. Be prepared to negotiate with your hospital and your insurance company. And lastly, keep records of all correspondence with the hospital and insurance company. So write down who you talked with, their title, and when you talked to them.